All right, I will get this posting hopefully under control. Who knows? Who knows? Phone the government. Phone Poppy T. Phone Daddy D. Phone the Benz. Phone whoever. Like, phone whoever. If you want to hear with more what I got to say, well, start a petition. I don't know what to say. I can't do lives. I've tried. Don't work out. And that said, it is what it is. I don't put my energy into it because I know it's outside of my control. And so I don't put energy into things that are outside of my control. It's just a waste of time. It's a waste of time in a world that strives on controlling. And so that's kind of where I'm moving in towards this. Like, I have a video right now. Let's see if it started moving. No, it's still at 1%. I posted it like, I don't even know. Like, it's ridiculous. It's a great video too. But I was talking about mirroring. And I'm going to preface this on this because I want it to be said in reference to the mirroring. Because I've been so looked at with a magnifying glass. Like, they know how my heart operates. They know how I operate. They know it's been very unique, you know? Like, my girlfriend said to me, your family's hiding something clearly. I would venture to say yes too. That is a well asserted assessment. My family is hiding something. Sky's the limit. But in reference to my energy, I've had to learn how to put my energy into things that are of my control. Now, does that mean that I don't understand the reality of the control that transpires around those around me? No, it doesn't, because I have a strong understanding of everything because of everything that I've walked through. And I've chosen to walk this line, the line less traveled, and gain wisdom and gain knowledge and gain fortitude and gain humility and gain humbleness, and recognizing that I wasn't perfect. I wasn't I don't have it all figured out. I didn't then, I don't now. And so it's like I've walked this treacherous line in an interesting way that they can't make sense of. I get that. And so I don't put I don't put my eggs into a basket that I don't have control over. That doesn't make any sense. When I put my eggs into baskets that I didn't have control over, it was always at the detriment of me. And so I don't want to do that again. But do I recognize, in reference to my ex, family members, friendships, things of that they have been ployed to do things that they don't want to do, that they don't stand for, but there's blackmail, there's coercion, there's all these different things, and there's people that depend on them and this and that. Yes, I know all of that. It's plain as day. We all see that now. I know that. That's why I carry a forgiving heart. I really do. This is what's crazy to me. It's at the end of the day, in this whole situation, and whatever you want to call this, Truman Show, debacle, silent superstar, whatever you want to call this in my little fucking community, excuse my French, but it's obnoxious. It is obnoxious. On my way home from going by the store, there's a lady literally yelling outside of her car, and I'm like, what are you even doing with your life right now? It's not that deep. And so we get so often caught up on things that are it's really important to understand the fact that you don't understand everything. I had to learn that the very, very hard way. And because I did not understand everything, I placed my faith into something outside of me, which was my faith, which was in God. It was hey, you got me walking through this. We're trudging this thing out. I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. So I'm gonna let you take the reins. And it's gonna forge how it forged. And that's what I did. That's what I did. Now, are they going to like double down? Yeah, of course they are. Of course they are. But at the end of the day, it doesn't change the trajectory of me because that's the truth. That is the absolute truth. And it doesn't change the fact that I still love infinitely everybody in my life, past, present, or future, the same way I did when they were presently, like physically in my life. You know, even when I think about my previous boss who's been in hiding, it's like, I still think about conversations. I'm like, dude, I know you're like, it's one of those things. I look forward to the day that maybe that day comes to fruition, if God sees it fit or not. But I don't trouble myself with it. I don't. Same thing with my ex. Like, I don't trouble myself with these things. It's just not, it's outside of my control. It's outside of my control. If something's outside of my control, I don't worry. The only thing I have control over is how I operate in my day-to-day. Like, that's what I do have control over. I know I have control over that. So I hold on to that. I lavish on that. I like thrive in that. I can speak on that. I can speak truth on how I carry my day-to-day. I can't speak on truth when it comes to other people and how they carry their day-to-day. So I only move and operate in reference to what I can have control over. Because I've seen, like, in reference to my son and everything that they've went to in reference to just carrying, taking that. But I'm telling you, you went wrong there. You went wrong there. Because everything that has been bestowed onto me and my son, I often ask myself, I'm like, dang, would they be able to withstand what my son and I went through and be where we're at right now? I don't know. That would be a good question for them. You should like circle back and let me know. Because I know they come from money, they come from a long line. Like, hey, and again, I say they, I mean, fill in the blanks. It goes all the way up the scale, clearly. You know, that coalition. Hey, I got 25 years of experience because I put it on a website, so it must be so. So it must be so. I beg to differ. And I know there's a lot of scrambling, and good you should be. You took it too far. It didn't have to go this far. I'm not sure why it did, quite frankly. Why did it go this far? I ask myself that a lot. I pray to God about that a lot before I go to bed. And I'm like, golly, why did it go this far? I don't know. It really trips me out, honestly. Because I'm like, I mean, is it really that deep? I mean, I know you get handlers, but golly, is it from like baby boom out of the mom's womb? I don't know. But then I had my conversation with my mother the other night. I'm like, I don't want to replay that again. Not by any means. Not by any means. So I don't know. Teach their own. You have control over your actions. You have control over your decisions. You're going to be spoon-fed a lot, but you still have control. God stood on control. He stood on justice. He stood on fairness. And he stood on every life matters. So wherever you fall in the line of those things is completely up to you. It just is. And you can keep buying into a dream that they're going to keep spoon feeding you, or you can rise against it and start creating a life and a lifestyle that your kids deserve to live. Learn from our mistakes of not being bought and paid for. I mean, that makes logical sense. It just freaking does.